Welcome to a new update, and yes, the market is correcting. We're still consolidating, and yes, the market isn't volatile at all costs. We are not going up in a straight line. It is just taking some time in which a bottoming procedure can be happening. And what's happening right now as well is that most of the traders that I see on social media, or at least a bunch of them, are flip-flopping within a range. They turn bullish when we are at the top of the range. They turn bearish at the bottom of the range, through which it might be very conflicting if you're watching those accounts. But as a matter of fact, personally, I still believe that we are in a bottoming process. So we're going to look at some crucial levels for Bitcoin to watch before we can continue with the actual bull market that we are still living in. So before we're going to continue, do not forget to subscribe beneath and like this YouTube update. Also, do not forget to check out the giveaway that we're doing in the actual Twitter profile. So check out my Twitter. We're going to give away some very big prizes in the coming days. So definitely check out if you want to participate or join or maybe win a cool prize. Finally, do not forget to like or follow me on Twitter and Instagram overall, and like this YouTube update. So when we're looking at the price action of Bitcoin, the dollar is showing weakness. The equity markets are also not doing too well. They are flip-flopping or chopping around quite heavily. And Bitcoin is still making lower highs, lower lows, through which a case or a scenario in which we are going to make a dip beneath 46.5k to create a bullish divergence is actually still a valid scenario that we're looking at. And also the price action in itself reminds me a lot of the price action that we have been witnessing in May, in which we were just bouncing lower and lower and hit a higher time frame support, and after that we started to rally back up, resulting into the big move that we've witnessed towards 69k. And I think we're in the same sort of scenario. We are seeing negative funding rate. We are seeing ultra fear in the markets, in which social media is dying down. So the amount of people that are into crypto are slowly fading away. And that is usually also a key signal to actually watching the markets, as when the hype is there, usually you have to consider taking profits, as retail and just the mass is usually going to jump onto a hype when it's already heavily overvalued or getting at those stages. So I'm still expecting to see us bottoming out relatively soon, given all those indicators, given the fact that long-term holders are not selling at all, given the fact that indicators on on-chain analysis are also not signaling that we are at the top of a bull cycle. We're just witnessing one of those corrective periods of between 30 to 40%, in which we're still above a crucial support zone, which to me is a buy the dip region. So which crucial levels are we watching? Let's head to the charts. So when we are looking at the charts, we can see that the price action is still trending downwards, right? Very comparable to what we've witnessed previously, and very comparable to the price action that we have been experiencing in May. So we also had those bounces going all the way towards a higher time frame support, right? So in that conclusion, there's a few levels that we should be watching in case of any bottoming formation, which, as a matter of fact, the first level is the level, of course, that we've already bounced from, and the crucial one, which is at 41k. That is something that you should be aware of, that we could still go there. That is still the crucial level that I'm watching, and that might be a case where we are copy pasting the entire structure that we have witnessed in May as well. Looking at the form of the price action, we are also looking at a potential bullish divergence to be created here. So not only on 40k we've got a beautiful support level, we also got a level on 44.8, and we've got that level that we're currently bouncing from, which is the level at 46.5. So overall, we've got higher time frame support levels beneath us, through which the chances or the strategies that I'm looking at is still that I'm buying the dip, given the fact that we are approaching those higher time frame support levels, through which you don't want to start shorting into higher time frame support levels, which you can currently see as the funding rate is getting negative overall, you actually want to start looking for longs in those ranges that we see here. So when we're looking at the lower time frames, the conclusion can be made that we are making lower highs, lower lows, right? So we are rejecting at resistances through which the price action of Bitcoin is going downwards even more. However, if we recall from the price action from September, but also from the price action from May, we've also been making those rejections constantly here, right? We have been making those rejections, and the moment that we cracked through the actual resistance, or the first one, we started to accelerate and got towards the other side of the range quite fast, as all those stops are getting liquidated, or all those shorts getting liquidated and stops getting hit, through which acceleration happens quite fast. So in this case, we are also, just like we have been doing in May, bouncing on support. And we are also seeing the same in September, bouncing on support, cracking resistances and accelerating from there. Through which we are also still acting at support for multiple times here, in which another test of support would not be unexpected, right? We could be seeing another test of the support happening here. We could also be seeing another dip taking place, creating a bullish divergence, bounce back up, consolidation, and then we start to reverse. So that is still the primary scenario that I'm looking at this point, which I've been looking at for the past weeks, in which the moment that we're going to have such a bottoming formation, or the moment that we can create another lower high here and start reversing, we can actually start taking out all those stops that we have here, and most likely going to overshoot all the way towards 55k within one go, and then we start consolidating here after this trap of the low. So what I would suggest still is to take those longs, to look at longs at those ranges, to look at positions to actually buy Bitcoin, instead of looking for shorts. I agree that the fact is that we are currently trending south, but I think that you should be looking at long opportunities, which I've been saying for the past weeks overall, instead of looking for short opportunities. And I think that the moment we're going to break those resistances, we're going to continue moving quite fast. So that's the short update for today. I'm back later today with a price action video. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I'll see you again soon.